Hello children, I am Preeti Sharma. Today I am going to explain first chapter of class 11th English book Hornbill, that is The Portrait of a Lady. It is written by Khushwant Singh. He was an Indian author, lawyer, journalist and a diplomat who was known for his proactive, honest and witty writings. His literary contribution to the literature is immense. This story is a part of his autobiography, and in this story he has shared his real life account with us. He reminisced about his early life and cherished bond with his grandmother. This story carries the theme of friendship, altruism, love, human bond, kindness, selflessness, respect and acceptance. In this story, the author draws a striking pen portrait of his grandmother. He beautifully unfolds the relationship and how it undergoes several changes with the passage of time. This story is a loving tribute from a grandson to his grandmother. He has lived his life from being dependent on his grandmother to eventually being independent of her. However, the narrator could never forget his grandmother. The main characters in the story are Khushwant Singh, Khushwant Singh's grandmother, Khushwant Singh's parents, who are strikingly visible through their absence in the story. This story throws light on the need of companionship and friendship felt by our elders. Here, grandmother feels connected to narrator. Likewise, she has a connection with God and even beyond these with both the village dogs and sparrows. The grandmother is selfless and cares for all living creatures. She puts others ahead of herself. This story shows how love is experienced not only by human beings but also by animals and birds. I am beginning with the concept of the chapter so that you may have an idea about the story. Khushwant Singh describes portrait of his grandmother as winter landscape in the mountains. He developed a great bond with his grandmother when he was a small child and he lived with her in the village. Turning point came in their friendship when they shifted to the city, and common link among them was snapped when author got his own separate room. Afterwards, author went abroad for further studies, and when author returned back, grandmother was still there to welcome him. She celebrated his homecoming. She fell ill next morning and died thereafter. So children, the story goes like this. In the beginning of the story, author recalls his grandmother and his grandfather. He says that his grandmother was very old and her silvery white hair was scattered over her wrinkled face, and the thought of her being young and pretty was very hard for him to believe. The author compares his grandmother to the winter landscape in the mountain, as she was always dressed in white spotless sari, signifying that she was not only beautiful but also pure. He considers his grandmother to possess a spiritual aura as a symbol of pristine beauty. The author also tells us about his grandfather, whose portrait was hung on the wall of the drawing room. He wore a big turban, his clothes were loose, he had long beard and looked 100 years old. Looking at his portrait, no one could imagine him in his youth with his wife and children. It seems as if he could only have lots and lots of grandchildren. Khushwant Singh developed a great bond with his grandmother. When his parents went to live in the city, they left him to stay along with his grandmother in the village. They gradually became very good friends. Grandmother looked after the author. She woke him up in the morning, got him ready for the school. She chanted her morning prayers in a monotonous sing-song manner so that author may learn it. While taking author to school, she carried stale chapatis with her for the village dogs. While the author was in the school, the grandmother sat in the temple beside it and read scriptures there. Turning point came in their friendship when author and his grandmother went to the city to stay with his parents. Author started going to an English medium school. She could no more accompany him nor could help him in his studies. It pained her to note that there was no teaching about the God and holy books in the school. She was disturbed to know that music lessons were being taught there. It was against the beliefs and principles of the elite Sikh community and Punjab culture that they followed. She rarely talked to him after that. When the author went to university, he was given a separate room, and the common link between them snapped. Grandmother accepted her loneliness with resignation, reflecting her calm, uncomplaining trait of a lady. Throughout the day, she sat spinning wheel and reciting prayers. Half an hour of the afternoons provided her joy when she fed the sparrows. When author went abroad for further studies, grandmother went to see him off. There she spoke nothing, showed no emotions. She was busy all the time, reciting inaudible prayers, expressed her love through a kiss on his forehead. Author thought that it was the last sign of physical contact between them, but grandmother's love, faith, and willpower sustained her for 5 years till author returned back from abroad. When author returned back from abroad, grandmother was still there without words to welcome him back with a hug. Author found her more self-contained at that time. She could not restrain her suppressed ecstatic joy and in a spirit of euphoria. She celebrated his homecoming by singing songs and beating the drum. Even she omitted to pray for the first time in her life and fell ill the next morning. Doctors diagnosed it as a mild fever, but having a premonition, she accepted the fact that she was about to die. She refused to talk to anyone as she wanted to spend her last moments praying and remembering God. She had a peaceful death as her lips stopped moving and the rosary fell from her lifeless fingers, marking her departure to her heavenly abode. A spiritual aura surrounded her face. Her companions of isolation, the sparrows, mourned her death, quietly surrounding her dead body, and they did not notice the breadcrumbs given to them by Khushwant Singh's mother and flew away after the corpse was carried for the last rites. Children, I hope you have understood the chapter. There are a few questions for you to practice. 3 short answer type question and 1 long answer type question, that is a value based one. Try to do it on your own. Thank you.